Bienvenue à MTV Sports, and you're here with me, Amaya, on another great Thursday morning as well. Now, I hope I did that correctly. We have to ask our resident French specialist here today, Kumar. Was that all right?
Very good.
All right, then. I'm very happy with it. But we haven't.
The short rehearsal we had in the break when we had toast and coffee.
You're a wonderful teacher here, and
you got the right appraisal from the right personality. So congratulations, Amaya.
Thank you very much, Banu. And you're going to introduce the next guest that we have.
Of course, we do have the director of Alliance Française de Côté, the one and only Alexandre Martinez. Bonjour, monsieur. Comment allez-vous?
Très bien, merci. Bonjour.
All right, I did a little bit of French as well. Rehearsed, yes, but I think I got it right.
Good.
As well, right?
Yep.
All right.
Perfecto.
It's a lovely morning, and the language is just beautiful. I mean, it just.
We were just talking about it, right, Amaya? How sensual French is. That's the right word, and I really love the way the words flow out.
Where are we heading? This began like Valentine's Day, and we're talking about sensual language.
Yeah.
Okay.
When it's Banu on the show, it tends to follow that tangent. It really does. You should watch some of the other shows as well.
Every time.
All right. So you're here representing Alliance Française de Côté.
Yes.
All right. And now let's talk about the support that you've given, artists and professional photographers, such as amateur photographers. I'm very sorry, Kumar. He likes to make that point very clear. All right.
Yes, but
such as Kumar.
As he just said, he's an amateur in a good sense of the word. He's loving really his art, and he's doing a very wonderful job, and we are so happy to have him. It is not only an artist, also a communication personality in Sri Lanka, and he did a lot already in this field. And we are very happy to have his photographs, his views of France, because he's a genuine lover of the French culture. And by choosing the Eiffel Tower, I told him already once that it was like a coincidence that when I came to Sri Lanka, I also started my communication on the Eiffel Tower. If you look at our advertisement, if you look at even the Alliance Française today, you will find the Eiffel Tower a bit everywhere, because it's also a symbol of France, a symbol of Paris, and a symbol of culture, and not only culture as such, also a symbol of scientific progress, because at that time it was really something important in terms of capacity of building, and I think also it's something very unique, original. So everybody knows the Eiffel Tower. It's immediately recognizable.
Alexandra, being a person individually, taking the perspective, how do we enjoy and personally describe Kumar's photography?
I must say I was quite pleased by his photography. Actually, I even bought one, and it's in my office now. If you come, you will see it. What I appreciate in Kumar's photography is his side, the way he's looking at things. And as he said, it's like a prop, and it's like I will say, like a character in his photography. And the one I have in my office is really expressing some of the joy people have going to the Eiffel Tower, the humor that Kumar is giving to his way of looking at things, and he's really engineering his photographies, and it's really something to enjoy and to discover. It's really like a small stories, each of them.
The one he actually got for himself was a shot of a Japanese couple taking their wedding photograph with the Eiffel Tower in the background.
And
so I was walking around and I saw this beautiful, almost a ball gown, this bridal gown, and this guy in his tuxedo, and there was the photographer with the reflector board, and they were getting shots. So I actually went behind them and I shot them shooting the wedding photograph with the Eiffel Tower far away. So it was rehearsal, and this guy had to lift the girl up, and as soon as she was swept off her feet and this ground was trailing down, they clicked. So when they clicked, I clicked. So when they made mistakes, I was happy that I could get myself organized. So that's the one that he has actually.
And the timing plays a major role as well.
Yes, very much. That was tough because I use a very basic camera, very slow one. So there was one with the fountains. Fountains go up and they come down, the water. So it's very slow camera, an old camera actually. So I need to click when the water starts to go up. So when it hits the shot, the water is up there. So I need to at least have, say, 2-3 seconds of before time. And that's what happens.
So do you take many shots to get the perfect shot?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
So I guess that's the way to go in an amateur.
Thank God for digital.
Can flip through them and see exactly how it's going.
And they trash all of the bad ones.
But we need to speak to you about the mandate of your organization here in Colombo as well, and in Sri Lanka, all around the island actually. So what are the objectives of your organization, and what kind of role can Kumar play in those objectives?
Kumar is exactly what we are looking at, to this link between Sri Lanka and France. Because of Kumar is giving us Sri Lanka, and we are bringing him to France. And the main objective of our association is naturally to build these ties, these links between Sri Lanka and France, and also to teach French. Of course, this is the basics, and we are so happy that some Sri Lankan have learned French as well as Kumar, as you know, and we are naturally offering classes to everyone which is willing to learn French in Sri Lanka.
And of course, the brand new French ambassador actually came for your. We saw a few pictures of that as well. Came for your exhibition. I was lucky to have His Excellency
Jean-Paul Monchot, because he said that morning he had presented his letters of credentials to the president, and that evening was his first ever official public engagement as ambassador. Because I was doubly honored to have, and he's a very nice, warm, open kind of person.
So these exhibitions of this nature, do you look forward to supporting more artists who love France in the future as well?
Actually, Kumar was not the very first one I met when I came here. We had Seneca Beratne, who did also a very interesting photography exhibition, between a comparison between a fisher village in France and a fisher village
here in Sri Lanka.
In Sri Lanka.
Wow.
Two fishing villages, they're beautiful.
And I must say, there was one thing funny I found, because we had these two sets of pictures, and some people confused. They thought that this one was from Sri Lanka, but it was not. It was from France. And the other one from Sri Lanka, they thought it was France. So it's very interesting to see that this kind of confusion may exist. So it brings also people together, and it's very funny.
I think it indeed forges a relationship and bonds it more, I guess, the relationship that we as a country, the miracle of Asia, has with France. I should reinforce that point. Kumar, would you ever consider moving to France?
No.
Why? With the genuine love that you have towards the country.
I like it this way. I like living here, working here, dying here, but go to France once a year, exploring, enjoying, savoring, but having my roots here.
But you call yourself a Francophile, is it?
Francophone, Francophile, yes.
So what is that?
What is that exactly? I don't know what
the word Francophone, Francophile, Alexandre.
All right.
It comes from the Greek. Philo means to love something. So he's loving French language. That's what it means, and loving the French culture.
And all of your exposure to it in the past 27 years actually has only increased that love, I'm sure.
Yes, it does. I go once a year, and I enjoy getting lost and walking around, but I'll always be here.
So it's going to be here, rooted in Sri Lanka, that you're going to pursue your career as an amateur photographer, is it? And maybe go on professional level? Somewhere
I enjoy doing this my way, my eccentric way, and being that.
The definition of a professional photographer can vary from a person to person, and for us, Good Morning Sri Lanka, and of course the fans out there, you are indeed a professional photographer. You've done yourself so many within a short period of time when it comes to...
Sounds very pompous, no?
But I'm being very honest, not
it just would be pompous if you said it, but if Banu's saying
exactly,
you could acknowledge it.
Exactly. So, you're welcome. So what are the future plans for the professional photographer Kumar?
Well, there will be Nostalgie 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 for as long as Alliance Française decides to sponsor me or to host it. And different scenes and facets of France. So I'm going to shoot in Notre Dame next year in April for the July exhibition. So it's all themes and themes and themes.
It's going to be a great for people who love French culture here in Sri Lanka. It's going to be sort of a window into France every single year.
Because I'm also one of the founder directors of the Alliance Française de Côté. So it's my way of contributing to propagating the French language and culture in Sri Lanka. And I have lots of friends in the media, like you, like MTV, for example. ESFM was my radio partner at this exhibition, so I got superb publicity. So with all of them, through these things, I believe I can, in my own way, help to popularize the French language and culture, which is the mandate of the Alliance Française de Côté as well in Sri Lanka. And he represents Alliance Française de Côté, Kandy, Gaul, Martha, Jaffna, and the Maldives. He didn't say that.
But it is very important, isn't it, for even school children? Now you said you started your love for French in school during your A-levels. So to propagate that love for French culture and this different languages.
That's right. Generally saying, it's always important for someone to know different language. Actually, you know already this different language by living in this country. You have to master different languages, English at least, and Sinhalese or Tamil. But it's very important for one to develop his way of thinking about the world, his way of thinking for himself, his culture, and thanks to the language. And I must say, French language especially. So I have to say that I really love this language even myself, because I think it's so complete and rich culture in this language. So that's what I can say. So please learn French.
It's not a difficult language to learn, because it's very easy for written French, because it's the same letters in English, but the pronunciation is, once again I'd say, it's amazing, because I've learned when I was in grade 7 or 8 when I was a kid, but then I really would like to learn once again and get the roots of it once.
Actually, there are stages to pass. You have to work a bit, of course.
But you need to continuously speak in it, I guess.
But usually we can find people like Kumar who get really in love with the language, so they don't feel the pain to learn. And
it was a great pain, my goodness, yes. Because French, what you see and what you read and what you write is not what you hear.
Yes.
Yeah. So the first 6 months was
short duration.
But what happened to me was I worked in the French embassy for 15 odd years, and I had to speak in French 8 hours a day every day. So it was practice made perfect. I had to speak in French, so I had no choice but to talk and practice it all the time. That's what happened.
But that's the case with any language, I guess. The more you practice it, the more, and you immerse yourself in that culture, then more familiar with it you get, the better it is. Alright, so it's been lovely having these two gentlemen who represent France here on the show today, and Sri Lanka as well as a Frenchman.
Yes.
Alright.
Both the countries.
Both the countries.
Thank you so much, and we wish you from the bottom of our hearts all the best for a terrific future to the both of you.
Thanks both of you. Great talking to you as well, as always. Thank you.
Thank you.
Of course, Good Morning Sri Lanka continues after the commercial break as well, but do not forget, as I said before, join our Facebook site as well, www.facebook.com/Good Morning Sri Lanka. And if you want to win MTV merchandise, Amaya, we have a email address that they can write to us as well, right?
Yes, we do. That's mtvsports@maharaja.lk. Write in to us for any of your queries or any comments that you have on the show, anything that you think we should improve on. Hey, we'd love to hear from you. Please do write in to us, and that's mtvsports@maharaja.lk. Alright, so we have another great segment coming up right after the break. Do stay with us here on Good Morning Sri Lanka.